Hello everyone, ArtsyTashann here. Today we are right back into working on the planetary mushrooms. Today we tackle Earth and Mars. Starting with Earth, I use the fly agaric as my inspiration for the planet. I use this one because it is by far the most iconic mushroom I can think of. That bold red cap with the white spots, it feels very unique. The fly agaric mushroom is really iconic and noticeable, much like Earth. Earth is iconic because it's the only planet in our solar system that we know of that naturally holds life. Now, one thing that some people might not know is that space surrounding Earth is actually a big mess. There's a lot of broken pieces of satellites, paint chips, and all kinds of different garbage. In my original design, I drew a bunch of rocks in sort of rings, but the cloud isn't really in rings around the planet. It's really just a mess of a bunch of jagged pieces, like a giant cloud. However, I didn't want to draw a bunch of jagged pieces, so I did stick with the rocky shapes to more represent the garbage that surrounds our big blue planet. And sometimes asteroids and rocks do get stuck there as well, but usually don't stick around for a whole long time. There was really only one thing that I didn't like in the original design, and that was the skirt under the cap of the mushroom. It didn't really look like a skirt to me, and the shading was very lacking, almost non-existent, one would say. In the new version, I decided to add more continent details in the actual cap of the mushroom and make the clouds more fluffy, as well as making the skirt of the mushroom look more like a skirt. One thing that I really do like about this mushroom is the detail on the moon. It is actually theorized that the moon was once a piece of Earth that came off to form the moon. I like that detail in the original as well, and I really wanted to stick with it. That's why there's that crater beneath the moon. And here's the final picture. I am pretty happy with the new Earth mushroom. It looks a lot more mushroomy to me, and I love the overall feel of the new picture. Now, moving on to Mars. Mars came a lot more natural to me. It felt much easier to go through, like I could see it clearly in my mind. Mars's surface is covered in valleys and hills, and I'd already figured out a mushroom that I felt showed it pretty well. The web cap. The web cap mushroom has a really wavy cap that creates some valleys and hills in its surface, not to mention the color similarities. In just using the natural shape of the mushroom, it helped me to see everything else fall into place. Of course, I had to add the Mars rover and Mars's two moons, Phobos and Deimos. That is one detail that I want to keep consistent throughout all of these planets, being accurate to the moon count, essentially. Mars has two moons, and this also means that for Saturn, I'm going to have to try and draw 146 moons. I think. I'm pretty sure that's how many Saturn has, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. This video isn't about Saturn, it's about Mars. The colors on this mushroom were kind of easy. I used the colors to emphasize the texture I'd already added, however, it took a little while to get the stem of the mushroom where I wanted it. The rest of the drawing was really just getting everything where I liked, and then it was done. I am much more happy with this version of the mushroom, as I feel it has a lot more character and shape. It feels a lot more like Mars to me, and I know that might be a weird way to think about it, but it's more of the representation that I wanted for this planet, in mushroom form. Here is the final Mars mushroom. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I feel like it has so much more character than the original did. And seeing them side by side, I'm really happy with the changes that I made. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.